Good morning to all. JNTUK final year ECE, subject satellite communication, unit number 3, satellite link design. So satellite link design, our unit number 3, lecture number 15. So these are the basic contents available in our unit number 3. So basic transmission theory, system to noise temperature. So how to calculate contents or index. So unit number 3, the system noise, temperature, and G by T ratio, and the designing of the downlinks. So what is meant by these downlinks? How to design various downlinks, and similarly uplink designing. How to design uplink? So both are very important. So both uplink and downlink. And the design of satellite links for specified C by N. The so number 1, 2, 3 topic, 4th topic, 5th topic. Yes. 6th topic we have system design example. System design. System design example. So this is the basic contents available in our unit number 3. This is the introduction slide. So here we have introduction. So what is the major idea regarding this unit number 3? So initial olden days, satellite system is having satellite communication system is in a complex process. In olden days, this satellite link designing is a very complex. So why? Because In olden days, we require very component lacking or shortage in the components. Similarly, in olden days, we have engineering technology very much slower or little bit only. So all this information, by all this information, so we have very lagging in the that's why we are not get the much best performance of acceptable cost. So in olden days. So similarly, launching of the satellites is very important in the geo orbits. So very in geo orbits also we have so entire all projects should be carried out in geo orbits. So similarly, we have currently many old satellite traffic. So with this all, how to meet this complex, how to launch the satellites to overcome. So what is the major objective of this one equals to overcome problems in front of the satellite designing. Similarly, that is the first goal. Second one equals to better. So we have to make the better satellite link design. So this is the second aim for this unit, and this is the first aim, and this is the second aim. And the third aim equals to provide a good C by N ratio. So how to evaluate C by N? So at the end of this unit, we are all got knowledge. So how to build the satellite link design. So we have some knowledge regarding how to what is the importance of this link, what is the importance of this link in the particular satellite system. So to make all these specifications, cost, designing, durability, so whatever be the problems discussed previous 2 units, so those problems are little bit explained and overcome by in this unit. Clear? So here I mentioned some history regarding of this satellite journey. So the in olden days to launch the big satellite. So to launch the big satellite, we have very much cost effective. Clear? So that's why in the geo satellites. So here we have the geo satellites. So in olden days, geo satellites require this much of cost that equals to payload. What we are say is payload. So in olden days, approximately this is the US. So approximately we are taking dollars, clear, dollars of 2500. So approximately to $25,000 cost required to implement the geo satellites per kg. So when this year is going on increasing, so 2008, when modern bands comes, that is the expand, so this cost is reducing. So approximately we have only $75,000 per kg. So viewers just understand, when technology goes on increasing from olden days to 2008, so cost of project is also go on to be decreasing. So that is the major advantage on this satellite research. Also why the satellite link design has more important on quality parameter. Similarly, this Delta 4 is the one project name. So in the Delta 4 launch approximately 16,400 per kg in 2014. So in 2014, so we have $6,400 per kg, whereas in 2018, the $6,400 reduced to 7,500. So that is the drastic change in the cost reduction. So therefore, majority of the geo satellites are very much focusing on the cost effective. And similarly, this much has an orbit that is higher rate. System cost should be higher because of the orbital equipments which is having the in redundancy structure. So as we know that the orbital mechanisms, in orbital mechanism question, we familiar about types in the orbitals. So that is the low Earth orbit, medium Earth orbit, and a geo Earth orbit. So when you talk about cost, these low Earth orbit cost is very smaller than medium Earth orbit, simply a geo Earth orbit cost. So there's only having 300 for 1500 payload. Only just low Earth orbit satellites can carry 1500 kg during the project discussions. So geo Earth orbit satellites acquire more concentration on comparative to low Earth orbit. So cost effective nature is also be decreases from 2018 to nowadays 2020. Very small cost requirement to make these projects with greater advantages. So go to next slide. So there are various research going on this orbital mechanisms. So we are focusing on low Earth orbit satellites. So generally these low Earth orbit satellites are used to make the operation in Ku band, Ka band, and V band frequencies. So that's why mass, so weight is one of the important factor, and the mass of the particular satellite is very critical in designing. So therefore very much concentration required to design the satellite and to generate the uplink and downlink frequency values for LEO and MEOs. Why? Because the overall size of the satellite is one of the important parameter. So that is the overall dimension of the satellite is critical. So we have to maintain this dimension of the satellite. Why? Because the satellite is positioned in the launch vehicle. So we have to maintain a more focusing work on the satellite designing. So another thing equal to here, the system complexity. So here the mass of GEO satellite is given by here two factors. So GEO satellite link designing. So the performance of GEO satellite is focuses on number of transponders which are used in the satellite design, number of transponders. The number 2 equals to output power. So these are the most important parameters, two factors these GEO satellites may applicable. Number and output power of the transponders on the satellite, and also the weight of the station keeping the fuel. So these are the very important aspects for the GEO satellites. Why? Because here I mentioned, so high power transponders requires lot of electrical power which can only be generated by solar cells. So in our previous lectures, in our previous unit number 2, we are familiar various subsystems and designing. So in that subsystem, so power management subsystem. So in under power management subsystem, we are discussing so how to form the current with respect to various solar cells. So that's why here I am writing a point. So increasing the total output power of the transponder rises demand for electrical power, dimensions, solar and the weight of the batteries that must be provided to maintain operation during the satellite community. So these are the main important points with GEO satellites designing. So why? Because highest power, larger power generated in this link design, so that are only with the help of the solar cells. Similarly, number 2, if the transponders, if what is the here already output power, so our wish equals to transponder output power. So P out, we have to increase this P out. So to increase output power, so we have to concentrate on dimensions of the solar cells. So solar cells construction, simply dimensions. Another one equals to, this is the weight of the batteries, how you are able to maintain the weight, how you are able to maintain the weight for particular batteries. So that's why you adding to payload with more information. So that should be carried out in the factors. Here we have one short answer. So what are the factors? So what are the factors that influencing the system design? So number one is the choice of frequency. So here number one, what is the first influencing factor? Frequency. So choice of frequency. Second one equals to atmospheric propagation effects. So here we have so atmospheric propagation effects. The multiple accessing techniques. So multiple accessing techniques. So these are the important factors that will influencing our system link designing. So one is choice of frequency. It's very important for our short answer questions. What are the factors that influence the particular system design? Number one, frequency, choice of frequency band. Number two, atmospheric propagation effects. Number three, multiple access technique. So number one, choice of frequency band. So already government and choice of frequency bands generally here designated as 6/4 uplink frequency, numerator uplink, denominator downlink. So 6/4, 14/11, and here we have 13/28. So these are the popular bands for communication of the satellites. So 6/4, which is the uplink and downlink, 14/11, and 30 divided by 20 gigahertz. All are the gigahertz. So these are the two popular frequencies that are used over GEO satellites, 6/4 and 14/4. For every 2 degree of longitudinal value, for every 2 degree of the longitude, 6/4 and 14/11 used for the GEO satellites. Here one mention point here. So the minimum spacing used for the satellite in the GEO to avoid the interference from the uplink stations. So that is a very one of the important consideration we have to notice here. So additional frequency. So additional frequency required for the satellites. So that are minimum spacing used for the satellite in the GEO to avoid the interference from uplink earth stations. So we have to keep this minimum spacing value. So these are the main important points that we have discussed in the introduction slide. So here they mentioned some frequency allocations for various mobile. So what is the uplink and what is the downlink? What is the uplink and what is the downlink? So for example, this is the downlink, clear? These are the various frequency band of operations. So for fixed satellite communication, see here for fixed satellite communication, so downlink frequency is allocated likewise, and this is for uplink frequency. So entire spectrum is divided for various frequency band designations. And so this is the table number 2, just for knowledge purpose. So major frequency bands for inter-satellite links and navigational satellites. So for the navigational interlinked satellites, so for ISL, so what are the designation? So 22 gigahertz, 24 gigahertz, 22 gigahertz. Twenty-five gigahertz, that, that 32, 54, likewise. Similarly, for uplink frequencies, navigal satellites. So we have here, which is the navigal application. So navigation. So for navigation, so uplink designated 1 gigahertz, 1.65. The downlink restricted to these values. So this is some just for knowledge purpose. And another 14 value, 24 gigahertz, 43 gigahertz, 66, 94. Just to take snapshot for knowledge gaining purpose. So now in this picture, here the picture indicating maritime. So maritime satellite communication system. So it is the maritime satellite. It is a satellite. So uplink frequency. So we are having various receivers are placed here. So it is the total ground earth station. So which is a ground earth station. These are the various users, like here we have aircrafts, ships, marigal, uplink and downlink frequency for KU band, uplink, downlink, and L band, uplink, downlink. This is the main hub. So that is called here gateway. Gateway earth station. So in generally low earth orbit and medium earth orbit satellites have similar constraints to GEO satellite system, just but it requires some more satellites which we have smaller area of the earth surface. Sometimes these satellites are much closer. Sometimes whatever here, so maritime, so satellite. So this is the maritime satellite. This is very close to the Earth and the geo satellites, so therefore producing the stronger signals. So this is the greatest advantage with this type of satellite communications. So why? Because each terminal, whatever here, each terminal which is required a small gain omnidirectional antennas. So it is the ground earth station. We have the antenna called omnidirectional antenna. So why? Because the position of the satellite is continuously changes. So therefore LEO and MEO satellite use multi-beam antennas to increase the gain of the satellite antenna beam and also provide frequency reuse. So in our cellular mobile communication, so we have a topic called frequency reuse. So that's why mentioning low Earth orbit and medium Earth orbit satellites use multi-beam antennas. So generally these are used multi-beam antennas. So to increase gain. So everybody has some knowledge regarding parametrics of the antennas, gain, efficiency, etc. So to increase the system gain, so generally these low Earth orbits and medium Earth orbits require multi-beam antennas to improve the parameters of the satellite, which is very in greater advantage. And also it is used for the frequency reuse. And also used for the frequency reuse. So in the upcoming lecture, we will watch what is the continuation from up to now. So thank you one and all for watching this video lecture.